What's up, Reject Nation? I'm Greg.
I'm John.
We just heard the news about Michael Keaton. Possibly, he's in talks right now to reprise the role of Batman in the Flash movie, directed by Andy Muschietti. And also, we'll be talking about J.K. Simmons, who's already shot another installment or something, I don't really know, for Spider-Man. And there's
Done some more J. Jonah Jameson.
Exactly, and supposedly there's supposed to be a little bit more of that. Before we go into the news, though, I did want to give my condolences for the loss of filmmaker Joel Schumacher. We learned that he passed away. I don't know if it was I think it was today, or at least the news broke today that he passed away. He did contribute to the Batman world. A lot of people don't really like Batman and Robin, but Batman Forever, a lot of people really did enjoy. But beyond that, the man had made a lot of really good films. Some that were just really great from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Films like The Lost Boys, Falling Down, The Client, Time to Kill, Tigerland, and Phone Booth, just to name a few. May he rest in peace, and condolences to his family as well. May we remember all the great films that he gave us during his time that he was around, and to a lot of the actors and actresses he really helped boost into the spotlight. So may he rest in peace. And the bat nips. Yeah, of course.
But seriously, yes, rest in peace.
But while we're talking about Batman, I just need to do one thing.
Oh, by all means, yes, this is important.
All right.
Yes.
I got this mask from Target.
Whoa, where did Greg go?
Okay, John, you wanted to do your joke, and you should have waited for me to stop. No timing. You got to know timing.
No time to die.
You got to know. All right. So I got this mask like a year and a half ago from Target. I've been waiting forever for the right video to wear it for.
Oh, boy.
And I've chosen today. It's really tight. It's actually really difficult to breathe around the nostril area through this thing.
It looks uncomfortable.
Pushing
from here.
on my nose, like the bridge of my nose right here. It's really painful.
It's unfortunate that it looks pretty good from this angle.
I mean, but man, is it not really? Yeah, it's hard to see
fun
through.
to
It's
wear.
like pushing on my eyeballs. So I should have got. It was $1.
This is, if you're ever gonna play Batman, you gotta get used to this stuff.
Yes.
This is how Bruce Wayne feels every night.
Anywho, the story broke. I think it broke from Hollywood Reporter. It doesn't matter. That's the article that we're going to read it from today. Let's go into it. So last time Keaton played Batman was in 1992's Batman Returns, as I'd say 20% of you know. All right, not most people don't know that. I'm here to drop the important facts for everyone and educate the world. Some people still don't pick up on sarcasm. That's your fault now. Ezra Miller is on board to star as Barry Allen, a.k.a. The Flash, in the feature that will be directed by IT filmmaker Andy Muschietti. But wait, there's more. If a deal makes, Keaton wouldn't just return for Flash, but possibly for several other DC-oriented film projects. Sources tell to her that the role being envisioned for veteran actor is akin to the role played by Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury in the MCU, something of a mentor or guide or even string puller. Batgirl is one of the projects in development that could fall. Wait a minute. Okay, we got to slow this down. All right.
Huh.
Now, doing the Flashpoint thing, opening up multiverses, it's funny how both Marvel and DC are having that discussion significantly. It seems like Multiverse of Madness is supposed to really open up the multiverse platform, and there's still that rumor of Tobey Maguire reprising his role as Spider-Man in that film. And then now, in this one, Flashpoint, which has been in development for such a long time, having him return, I think is really cool. That's exciting. I feel like a lot of us have really wanted to see that. The dream I've had for Michael Keaton to return is if Tim Burton was like, you know what? I kind of want to do my Dark Knight Returns movie. I want to just go and do Old Man Batman. And let me get Michael Keaton back in the suit, you know? I always thought that would be the perfect way to do it. He obviously can't just, pick up where we left off in 92.
Man, de-aging technology has definitely made the stride.
I'm excited that he'll be returned, even if he's not wearing a Batman suit, but if he's just Bruce Wayne. Maybe not even Bruce Wayne. He's like in talks for it. Maybe it could be like a Thomas Wayne, considering that this will be borrowing from Flashpoint, that maybe there's consideration that, it'd be cool if we actually got Michael Keaton to return as Batman, but as Thomas Wayne, honoring Flashpoint even more. And if you guys haven't seen the DC animated Flashpoint movie, which is, based on the comic, watch the movie at least. It's wonderful. One of my favorite DC animated movies I've ever done. That does sound exciting. Now, this whole thing about him returning for multiple projects and being the Nick Fury, or the Jekyll Hyde of this universe.
Yeah, there you go. That's an even better.
I mean, does the DCEU need that? Do they need that? I don't feel like they do.
I don't feel like they do, and I mean they've already kind of tried doing that with Justice League the once already, because you had Ben Affleck's Batman being
Mira,
the guy spearheading.
Ben Affleck's Batman,
of course, Mira.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite character. She's gonna be the true Nick Fury. Yeah, it is odd to me. It would make the most sense for that to happen in my eyes if they were to do some kind of thing that pulls in the Batman
John,
Beyond.
why didn't you turn off my phone?
Greg, I really want to get to know all your friends. Yeah, if they introduce some kind of Batman Beyond thing via Flashpoint, I guess that's how I would feel the best with a sort of mentor string puller Batman, because at least that idea is native to the Batman Beyond storyline. But beyond that, just the idea of having him appear is really cool to me. It's the only kind of eyebrow raiser literally is that detail.
Well, the thing with Michael Keaton returning is it's something that people have been wanting for a very long time, for him to show up in some form. One thing that I think you could really commend the folks behind the DC films right now is they're 100% listening to their fans.
And almost fan service studios right now.
Everything. They are.
That goes
they
well.
are
Who knows what
so
cut we'll
listening
get.
to their fans.
Yeah.
And this seems to be another step in that direction of, a lot of times we're hearing fans who are constantly clamoring for some way to have Michael Keaton reprise the Batman role. Maybe not a continuation of the 90s films, but do something with him. Flashpoint it might not be a Batman movie, but what's funny about this concept of Flashpoint, don't you think that would kind of steal the spotlight a little bit?
It would be
the exciting news is Batman and not really Flash.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, because especially that first Batman movie is like one of the major, groundbreakers in terms of superhero comic book cinema. And yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton is like somebody whose portrayal people have grown up on for literally more than one generation now.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it would be something that almost sounds like, they don't think The Flash is enough to get people excited, and so some kind of thing like this. I wouldn't expect this to be the last of these appearances that we hear are coming in this movie, perhaps, because it seems like Flashpoint opens you up to a whole lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
I think it could be really cool. It remains to be seen as to how they handle it, but I'm generally more optimistic at the moment than not, if that makes sense.
Fair enough, man.
Because this is kind of what I've been hoping for, like as the multiverses and the, more space-time bending storylines come into the forefront, there's all kinds of like wacky fun you can have bringing characters back and mixing and matching,
Oh, I think that with all the multiverse discussions that have been going on, I feel like there's something that's actually more exciting about the actors reprising their roles from prior installments or prior franchises established with these characters and then putting them in these movies, because I feel like when you do like a brand new character, you have to introduce a brand new character, and that could take up time and it could be distracting. And granted, this could also be distracting, but at least there's already the built-in familiarity with Michael Keaton,
it's that character,
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. We know these guys already. And now we're just like doing a really quick catch up with who they are. Him returning in multiple movies, I'm not sure what that is. It's like, okay, does DC now have a roadmap?
Yeah, or something.
Because I thought they were taking this like one movie at a time. But if they want him to return to multiple movies to be someone who like connects multiverses and whatever, maybe they have like an actual roadmap now established for where they want to go with this. And I don't know, maybe somehow this will link to the Snyder Cut if the Snyder Cut is successful, I
mean, I would be fascinated to see what that roadmap looks like, because things like the Snyder Cut are making it a little less obvious to me, because, they're clearly going to go invest in something that's technically past now for them. Yeah, it almost feels like they're just doing anything and whatever seems to be working.
Yeah.
Which is cool in a way, but yeah, I don't quite understand the full spectrum, because it seems like they have their main universe that's continuing past, the success of Wonder Woman, Shazam, Aquaman. Then you're going back for, the Snyder Cut, and now you've got this Flashpoint movie, which I can't tell what it's supposed to do. It's like, I can't tell if it's just supposed to continue this main continuity or to become some kind of junction point for the roadmap. Like maybe it's the center of the roadmap or something like that. But I don't know. It's at least got me curious. Not being as unified at the moment as Marvel is clearly trying to be. So that's interesting.
John, stop pitting them against each other. PlayStation's way better than Xbox.
That's right. Always. It's not about which games are where.
But yeah, what do you guys think about Michael Keaton returning to reprise his role as Batman in The Flash? Do you want that, or do you just want him to show up in Robert Pattinson's Batman and make that really confusing? Leave your
Jack
thoughts
Nicholson
down below.
cameo.
Oh my God, we should get a Jack Nicholson cameo as the Joker.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, and imagine if that was like one of the last things he did on screen.
Let's move on now. This will be really short. J.K. Simmons is reprising
His role.
as J. Jonah Jameson officially. And here's what he said. This is what I thought was interesting. He says, well, yeah, I'll be back as Jameson. That's the short answer. There is a future for J. Jonah Jameson after a several-year hiatus. He showed up very briefly for those who are wise enough to state that the credits are far from home. There is one more JJJ appearance in the can. And from what I'm hearing, there's the plan for yet another, so hopefully JJJ will continue now and forever. Now, what I find interesting about this, obviously, is the fact that they already shot one in advance. Mm-hmm. So is like that specifically for Spider-Man 3?
Morbius, yeah.
Or is it Morbius? I imagine it's probably Morbius, right? Especially with the fact that they had the murderer sign, the picture, and then we'll probably see some news report to help establish that a little bit better.
It feels to me like they want him to be an antagonistic presence in the Spider-Man world just going forward. Yeah.
Or it could be Venom 2, perhaps. Bottom line, I mean, it's cool that he's coming back, and now I'm wondering, though, with J. Jonah Jameson back in here.
Is Michael Keaton's Batman coming to the MCU?
Are they going to clear things up in the sense of, that's J.K. Simmons from the Raimi trilogy playing J. Jonah Jameson. If he is like already just shot another one and it's already established, and then the fact that Spider-Man image was the Tobey Maguire one where it said murderer, are they going to use J. Jonah Jameson actually? Because a lot of us are looking at like Spider-Verse or Multiverse of Madness in their way to bring back Tobey Maguire, but maybe they might use the J. Jonah Jameson with J.K. Simmons, already have one out in an MCU movie, has another one shot, has more planned. Maybe he'll become like an integral character again, and they'll use that in a way to help establish the tie-ins to like the Raimi trilogy and whatever. Because I mean, if he's back in here, that's already a sign that it's tied in.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, it also opens you up not to make everybody some kind of linchpin for a bigger operation, but J. Jonah Jameson seems like a character who could be a foil in a lot of respects and maybe be in league or at least in some kind of cahoots with Spider-Man's other antagonists.
He's Mysterio.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to be involved or something because, he is here like leaking information and trying to rile up the public frequently against Spider-Man, and I could definitely see that being just a looming presence that the other villains and stuff, or just, again, antagonists in general are at least involved with or paying attention to,
We'll see.
It's exciting, though.
Leave your thoughts down below. But guys, Michael Keaton returning as... You know what? That's fucking exciting shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, no matter what, it's going to be cool to see what happens.
That is really exciting. Honestly, like, I'm very, very excited for it. The reason I wasn't, like, expressing that like, big level of enthusiasm earlier is because it's Flashpoint. And this movie's had so many problems that I'm not even fully convinced it's coming out yet.
Yeah,
And
I'll believe it when I see it.
Just in talks. But right now, the thought of him returning is, like... Ooh, that's really exciting shit.
Because it's one of those things that's like, oh, that's possible now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't before.
And I feel like, with DC listening to their fans, it's pretty freaking cool. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. We'll catch you guys soon.